In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Nilfisk Core 150 pressure washer, primarily in the context of car cleaning. Nilfisk have kindly sent this pressure washer for me to review, and I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts on it, having used it for the past couple of months. So first things first, I'll start off with what you actually get with this pressure washer. So you of course get the pressure washer gun, and you also get the lance that attaches to it. This has a bayonet fitting, and then you get two attachments that can go on the end of that lance, which have a click connect fitting, which means they simply just slot and click into place. You can then just push down that little blue button on the top to release them. The first of those two attachments is the fan one, which is labelled as gentle. So there is some adjustability of this, you can twist it to reduce the pressure, but I've just been using it on max. This is what I would use for car cleaning. And then the second attachment is the turbo attachment, which is used for patio cleaning and those harder surfaces, so not something you would use on the car. It also comes with a foam sprayer, and it has a 10-metre hose, which has an integrated hose reel, which is nice and easy to wind back up after you've used it. No setup was needed really out of the box, it came fully assembled, apart from just the garden hose attachment, needed just screwing it into place on the back. So the setup required just to get this started was just to connect the gun up to the high pressure hose, which again has that click fitting and slots in pretty easily. It also does have a built-in swivel to make it easier to untangle the hose. And then just connected the pressure washer up to the garden hose, pulled that trigger for about 20 seconds to bleed any air that might be in the system, and then switched on the machine and got started. In terms of the performance, this pressure washer has a metal pump which is capable of producing up to 150 bar pressure, and there are actually 3 settings that you can use for the pressure, so it does have some adjustability there if you do need it. I personally though just like to keep it on that max setting. It has a maximum flow rate of 468 litres per hour or 7.8 litres per minute. Both the pressure and flow rate here are more than capable for car cleaning and work well for patio cleaning as well. For a domestic pressure washer in this price point, I really can't complain about any of those specs. One thing that I will say about using this is that it is very loud. This is something that I've come to know from using domestic pressure washers, but it is something to keep in mind. To give you a little bit of a context, I am going to be doing a quick comparison on screen of some other domestic pressure washers so you can hear how loud it is compared to those. One quick thing to note is that YouTube has recently added a stabilised volume feature, which if you click the little cog for the settings, you'll notice it there and you can toggle it off, which I probably would recommend doing for this section so you can actually hear the difference. So next I wanted to do a little bit of a deeper dive into the accessories that this pressure washer does come with. So first off, it comes with a 10-metre high pressure hose, which is a really good length. You really shouldn't have to move the pressure washer around, even when cleaning a large SUV, and I don't think many people are going to need to get an extension hose on that. In terms of the actual quality of the hose, it wasn't the most flexible hose in the world, and it did loop up a tiny bit as I was going back and forth around the car. However, I didn't get any kinks or risk of it whipping against the car when I was using it. So in terms of accessories that you might want to upgrade, I really don't think this is a priority. I also do like that it comes with an integrated hose reel, which makes it a lot easier when it comes to setting up and packing away. The weight of the machine on the website is 11.2 kilos, so although it's not too heavy to carry around, you would have to pull it a decent bit to be able to topple it. I wasn't a huge fan of the gun and the lance that this came with, mainly because of the overall length does make it a bit difficult to clean some areas of the car. Because you need to put that lance into place with that bayonet fitting, and you can't put the foam sprayer or the nozzles directly into that shorter gun, it does mean that the overall length of that gun when you're cleaning the car is a bit inconvenient. It obviously is totally fine when cleaning patios, as that longer reach is going to help prevent backache, but for the car it's just not the best, especially when you're using the foam sprayer, as it is just really far away from you, and it makes it harder to switch between attachments as well. I would personally have a look at switching to an aftermarket quick release stubby gun. I've been using these for quite a few years now and find them a lot easier to use. You can hold them with one hand and it's a lot easier to switch between those attachments. So I do think it's worth looking into as an upgrade. The pressure washer does come with a foam sprayer, however I don't think it's really suitable for using on cars. I wouldn't consider it a foam cannon due to the quality of the foam that actually comes out of it, so it's just not something that I think is massively suitable for car cleaning. Nilfisk also did kindly send one of their upgrades, which is the super foam sprayer. This was definitely better than the stock one that it came with, and you do have some adjustability to the foam thickness on this, but you can't adjust the spray pattern whatsoever, and it does only have a 500ml capacity, so compared to aftermarket options that are out there, again I don't think this is the best option. One aftermarket accessory though that Nilfisk did send that I do think was really good was the undercarriage cleaner attachment. So this nozzle just clips into the end of the lance and gives you that 45-degree angle so you can spray underneath the car. This is really great to get all that sort of dirt and road salt off the underneath of your car that you might have accumulated over the winter months. And I think if you do get this pressure washer, then it's definitely an accessory worth considering. Now when it comes to packing away the pressure washer, that wind up hose does make things a lot easier, and another nice little touch is all the onboard storage that it comes with. So there are 2 slots on top of the pressure washer for both the turbo and the fan nozzle. There also are 2 slots on the side for both the pressure washer gun and the lance, and there also is a little slot on the back as well where you can pop that foam sprayer. The mains cable can also be secured behind the rubber strap at the back, and the handle does fold away. With it not being too heavy and having the wheels on the bottom, it is really easy to carry and put away, and it'll fit pretty nicely in the corner of a garage. Now this isn't going to turn into a full comparison video, but I did want to touch on a couple of other pressure washers that I have used a fair bit to help you make a little bit more of a decision on what's best for you. So first of all, I tried the Arva Go P55 quite recently, which is slightly more expensive than the Nilfisk, but does fall into that similar category. With the Arva, I do think you get better accessories out of the box in terms of the foam cannon and the short trigger. The hose I think is a better quality on the Arva, but it isn't as long, so I personally would be factoring in purchasing an extension hose with that overall package. As on that, it's only 8 metres, but with a Nilfisk it's 10 metres, so I don't think there's a need to upgrade that. With the Arva, you do also get a longer domestic warranty. The max flow rate and pressure on paper are slightly higher on the Nilfisk too, but in a practical sense I don't think that's a massive thing to consider. But what I do like about this Nilfisk is the integrated hose reel, which is a nice feature that Go P55 just doesn't have. So I think the overall decision between these two would really come down to whether you just wanted to use the accessories like the short trigger and foam cannon out of the box and didn't want to make any upgrades at all. I'd probably go with the Arva. However, if you want a pressure washer that you can make a couple of small upgrades to, like the short trigger and foam cannon, which you could definitely put that price saving towards, then I think the Nilfisk is a really good option. In comparison to a Karcher K4, which I used for quite a few years, I think the choice is a lot more obvious, and I would personally just go with this Nilfisk. With both of these, I do think upgrading to a short trigger and foam cannon is going to be beneficial, but on the Nilfisk you are getting a few more noticeable upgrades, including a better quality and longer hose, an integrated hose reel, and a fairly significant higher max flow rate and pressure. I also do feel like the integrated storage is more well thought out on the Nilfisk. In terms of my overall conclusion and thoughts on this pressure washer, I do think it's a solid option in this price bracket, but there are a few upgrades that you might want to make to the accessories just to make it a bit easier for car cleaning. Most notably, I would say that is a quick release short trigger and a foam cannon as well to go with it. This retails on their website at £235.99 and it comes with a 2-year warranty which can be extended to 5 years if you register it on yournilfisk.com. As always, links to everything that I've talked about here will be in the description, and if you have found this video helpful, then it would be brilliant if you could drop it a like, and thanks very much for watching.